Boom, coming in hot, Chinch. How we feeling, cuz?
I feel great. I gotta say, man, that is a tight goat you're going with there. It looks nice, man.
You like that? Real nice.
Oh, you don't have the bottom. You got like a.
I know, I got it. No, I don't have a mustache. My son Jake's got a mustache going on right now. I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
It's kind of. I guess it's the mustaches are the big deals now in
Wait,
college.
he's just doing a straight mustache? That's an interesting.
Yeah, Jay. He can't grow the goatee, so he's like straight
can't either.
mustache. I'm like, that's not bad.
I don't have these things, the connectors.
Are you
Kevin
serious?
Millar used to call them the connectors. So I can do like a Fu Manchu. I can do a little beard thing, but I'm not a very hairy person. I don't.
I've never seen you with any facial hair, bro.
Oh, dude, my freshman year of college, I grew a goatee like down to here, like down, like long, and I let my hair grow in the back. So like playing baseball, I had like hair in the back, or whatever. And everybody started saying I look like James Hetfield from
from Metallica.
Yeah,
Dude,
I actually think I kind of do look like him. The more people have told me that.
Send me a picture of that. Send me a picture. And dude, I covered Metallica.
Oh yeah, you got the guitar.
Yeah, dude, you seen this?
You've told me about it, but our fans have not seen it yet.
Look at this thing, bro.
Dude, that is bananas.
Signed Metallica guitar.
Let's go. You've been practicing, right? What do you say? You play a minute a day?
Oh yeah, dude, 1 minute a day. I was saying.
Wait, hold on. Get your guitar. Hold on.
All right, wait, this is the one I can play right here. Hey, you know what the bottom line is? Oh, Chinch, can you play guitar?
I got mine too here. Oh no, I picked the wrong one. All right, start playing something, dude. Play something you just practiced. Dude, that's not bad. That's not bad.
My daughter Carly can play big time, dude. She's teaching me new chords.
Oh, my thing is out of tune. I'm not gonna take the time to tune this.
You gotta tune it.
Dude, I know you gotta tune it, but I like.
Dude, Ed Vedder told me one time. I go, bro, we were hanging out one night. Incredible. One of the best nights of my life. We're hanging out at his place and we're playing guitar, and I'm like, man, I don't know the chords the way I should know them. And he's like, bro, don't worry about the chords. He goes, just make shapes. He's like, I learned, like he got some lessons early on, but he said he really taught himself guitar by just creating shapes. And then obviously he's one of the greatest songwriters in the history of music.
Yes, and
said,
so he knows what
write
he's talking
songs.
about.
Yeah, and he was like, sometimes I don't even know the chords, but I knew the shapes.
That's a great line, because I've always felt bad. So I'm self-taught, so I know, like, you play with tabs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I also learned, like, Dave Matthews is one of my favorite guitarists, one of my favorite artists of all time. I know people don't love him that much, but I think he's fucking brilliant.
Dude, after your story, I want to tell you a Teddy Topper story. So go ahead.
Okay, Teddy Topper. So I always felt stupid because I learned how to play guitar because I learned how to play Dave Matthews songs, and he was self-taught. So he plays. Right. He's got the widest range from like thumb to pinky you'll ever see in your life, and so he plays very difficult. But so I can finger pick the shit out of anything. I can play like Guns and Sweet Child of Mine. Like I can play some really funky like hardcore finger picking. I chords I'm just learning now after like 8 years of playing, or maybe more, like years and years of playing guitar. And the funny thing is, like my cousin Matt's brother Andrew is like. Has perfect pitch, and he's like a concert pianist, and he can play any instrument that you hand him an instrument, he can play it. He gets so mad at me because sometimes he wants to like try to like jam around, and he'll be like, "Oh, give me an E minor B, and then slide down to the G4," and I'm like, "Dude, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I just know I can go dung 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 dung, and it's pretty good, like, and it sounds good."
Little ants are marching, red and black and tin.
Wait. So what's your Teddy Topper story? I want to hear.
Oh yeah, I got a Teddy Topper story for you coming at you hard. So my freshman year in college, the University of Richmond, 1992, we get there like, oh yeah. So Wednesday nights we would go downtown, this place called the Flood Zone, bro. Dave Matthews was a local.
Oh, that's
band.
right, because you were in
local
Virginia,
band, dude. So
Richmond,
play,
Virginia.
Tuesday night just play tracks in Charlottesville. Wednesday night they would play at the Flood Zone in Richmond. So if you go back to old
dude, I
bootlegs,
have the tracks tapes, dude.
Yes.
The tapes
And
from
the Flood-
tracks
and the Flood Zone.
Are the greatest Oh my God! I remember that you would get like a bootleg copy from a cousin who knew somebody,
Yes.
and you get it
Yes.
mailed to you. Oh, that was
Dude,
the
I've
greatest.
seen. I'm not kidding you. I'm not a big Dave Matthews fan now,
Yeah.
just because I saw so many shows and I'm like mad that he sells out
Dude,
100,000 people stadium. Because
I know.
dude, I have a bootleg my freshman year. We're in the back of this place called the Flood Zone, and he's like, please move closer to the stage.
What?
Please move. Oh yeah, dude. No one was there my freshman year. By my junior year, when Remember Two Things came out,
Yes.
packed house.
Oh,
it
I
went
can
from
imagine.
$5 to get into 10. I'm like, $10. I was
That's
like,
crazy.
I was like, I can't afford $10. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, incredible.
You know what's funny when
Incredible.
you say the thing about selling out? So, I'm always been a huge fan. I go to see him every year at Jones Beach, no matter what. It's the best thing I could do because Jones Beach, like the amphitheater is right on the water. It's like it's just beautiful. It's like, Atlantic Ocean right behind you. And being with Jess, like for the first like few years that we were together, she's like, fuck Dave Matthews. I hate him. He sucks. Like whatever.
What?
Now, here's why. Because if you've ever been to a Dave Matthews concert, like it is like the place to go if you're like 17 to 22 and like freaking people dropping mushrooms and blacking out, whatever. So like the lawn seats at like a Dave Matthews concert are like a disgrace. And so at her age too, like because she was at the age where kids started doing it, and she's like, I went to a Dave Matthews concert once and it was a disaster. You got to pay up for the tickets. You go sit in the amphitheater part. You know when you go to the amphitheater and then there's the lawn seats behind it? You get an amphitheater seat or you get a nice concert venue to see Dave Matthews. I guarantee. And so whatever, last year Jess came with me and she was like, wow, he is really great. They are really great. They're a really fun concert. This was a good time. And I'm like, yeah, because we're not in the cheap seats with all the freaking mushroom heads going nuts,
You're actually in good seats.
puking on your lawn chair and stuff,
Yeah. Well, dude, they're such a great jam band, bro.
Oh, they're a great jam band.
It was incredible. I have so many great
I
memories.
can't
of Dave
imagine.
Matthews.
Like, it's so funny that you and Dave Matthews were in the same room probably about 50 times, and you're both, you were a professional baseball player who had 302, and he's one of the greatest musicians of our generation.
Great.
And you guys were 10 feet away from each other probably 50 times.
Incredible.
Isn't that weird?
Dude, there's also a bootleg out there. My buddy Jay Adams, he never saw a fight he didn't like in college. You know what I mean? So one time we're at the Dave Matthews concert. This was our junior year, so now it's packed, right? And Jay's a big dude. We were big dudes back then, benching 300 pounds, all this stuff, because we were, in college baseball. We just were like meatheads back then, lifting. I remember Jay looks at me. He's like, "Hey man," he's like, "You got my back?" I go, "For what?" He goes, "This guy keeps bumping into me dancing." I go, "Well, dude, he's dancing. It's all a good time."
Yeah.
Next thing I know, bro, boom, boom, boom. Huge brawl, like in the front of the thing. And Dave Matthews is up there picking, like,
Wow.
"Seek up and emotion, and our cups are overflowing."
Good
Seek
song
up.
choice.
And all of a sudden, dude, he's in the middle of Seek Up. He starts like, "Peace, my brothers." Peace.
Oh,
He's like,
yeah.
"Peace, let us not fight." And I'm like, hey, at least we got Dave Matthews' attention. We're in a huge brawl. Huge brawl, second
amazing.
row in the flood zone. We got Dave Matthews interrupt Seek Up to tell my buddy Jay, "Peace, my brothers."
Oh my
You know, it's
God, that
incredible.
is so cool. So cool. All right, so we digress. Let's go back. MVP awards were delivered to Aaron Judge and Paul Goldschmidt. Did the voters get it right?
They did, man. They definitely got it right. I think the Aaron Judge thing, we had talked, a lot of times even on this show about, Ohtani and how special he is. He is. At the end of the day, he is. And I think it's going to take historic years like this.
Right.
Historic years are the
For him
only
to not
way
win.
you could beat Ohtani. Yeah, because
you broke the home run record,
know,
technically speaking, so you get to
broke
win
the
the
home
MVP.
run record, almost won the Triple Crown. You know what I mean? Judge had an incredible year. So I think the voters got it right. There's no doubt about that. Ohtani got 2 first place finishes because, obviously what he does, but it's going to take historic years to beat him.
Right.
So they got that right, no doubt. And also the other thing on the side note, that him betting on himself, getting that $213 million offer 7 years and saying no at the beginning of the spring training. And then that kind of the big to do kind of bet on himself. Like he's
a
just made
hitter.
himself
He's
lot
a
of money.
hitter version of what. Remember Scherzer? Scherzer would not sign as a pitcher back in the day with Detroit, and he bet on himself. And then his last year in Detroit, he freaking had a great year, and he got paid. Now, let me ask you this: have you ever done this? I remember when it happened to Scherzer, he got an insurance policy on his arm. And I've heard this, like models get insurance policies like on their legs or like their
Right.
upper body, without getting too deep into what part of their upper body. But people do that.
Right.
Did anybody ever approach you for stuff like that about getting insurance policies on yourself physically?
No, they're like, no, it wasn't much physical. They're like, hey, we can insure that. You know what I mean? So I never got. I was like, can I take some insurance policies out on myself? No, why are Lords of London not calling? You know
Right,
what I mean?
Lords of London. Yeah, that's who did it. Lords of London, I think, were the ones
Lords of London, yeah, I
that did
think they're the ones that
Scherzer's
did
arm.
it.
So,
Yeah.
okay, my next question, Goldschmidt. You like that?
Yeah.
You picked him, right? You said yes.
Bro, listen, go back and look at his year. It's incredible. I loved it. The story he told after he made it, they were talking about his bats, and we talked about this the other day. Dude, the Marucci down in Baton Rouge, my man Kyle Orso and those guys, they have like a golf, like matter of fact, I hired a couple of golf guys. When you get fitted for clubs, it's amazing in baseball, you don't get fitted for your bats. You're up there. It's such a unique thing.
Great point.
We're always like 2 ounces less. Like I swing a 34-32. Griffey over here is 34-31. Like some guys, 34-31.7 or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So the fact that they haven't done this is it crazy. So they have this whole thing where they hook you up with, all the wires and everything like that. And the kinesiology of your swing and, how you,
Wait,
how
what is that word?
moves.
What is that word?
Isn't it kinesiology? Like I believe that's right. Like the movement of your body, like how it works. And it's incredible. And they could really tell you need a barrel that's a little heavier, a barrel that's a little lighter. You need to have it more gradually. You need to have it where the handle's thinner or it's thicker. It's more of a gradual barrel than like a C243 Louisville is a thicker barrel. Well, Goldschmidt went down there and he took Arenado, bro. So the two guys that were 1 and 2 in that race, they
got
both
Marucci.
went down to Marucci in the offseason to go to that swing clinic and get the bats that were perfect for them. It's incredible.
Really cool. Are you still an investor there, or did you cash out?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm telling the story, because I'm an investor, so hopefully they get bought now.
All right, so kinesiology, it's a study of the body's movement. Kinesiology specialists use their knowledge of human physiology
Biomechanics, right?
and movement to help recover patients' mobility and improve their lives through exercise.
Let's
Wow.
go.
That's pretty
There we
badass.
go.
Hey, can I ask you
Yeah.
a favor? This is
Yeah.
weird. So, Matt Castle, former awesome QB, played for
love
USC.
Matt Castle. Great guy. Yeah, yeah.
Have you met
I
him?
got a chance
No.
to meet him in 2008. Great guy.
Wait, when did you guys meet?
Dude, incredible story. I don't know if he remembers this. He might be too big time for me. But in
We're getting him on now.
2008, when I was with the Red Sox, Scott Pioli, who was the GM at the time for the Red Sox, was a buddy of mine. So he's like, come out to practice. So I go out to practice. And Castle was the one dude I kind of met. He was such a nice guy. That's how I met Tom Brady, bro. Brady's going into the locker room. Castle's like, Tom, hey, 1 second. He's like, hey, just want to introduce you to Sean Casey. I swear, this is the only time I met Brady. Brady comes over. He's like, hey, I'm like, hey, and he's like, hey, man, this is Sean Casey. I was like, hey, man, what's up? Pleasure to meet you. He's like, oh, man, nice to meet you too. Hopefully you're enjoying practice. I'm like, then he's like, I got to go. I was like, of course you got to go. You're Tom Brady. He's out. Bam, Brady was gone, but Castle could have been nicer. He showed us around. But dude, I want to go back really quick to that practice.
By the way, one of the best dudes ever, Castle. He's a great guy.
Such a
You guys
great
would be
guy.
great friends.
Such a great guy. He that practice, the second snap of the practice, I'm staying with Scott Pioli watching it. The second snap. Now this is Tom Brady. He's already won 3 championships. They fumble the snap. Tom Brady and the center take a lap. Practice stops. Take a lap like it's high school. And I go to Scott Pioli, I go, why is the greatest quarterback of all time taking a lap? He goes, Case, when a guy like Tom Brady, the best player in football, buys into the system, everyone gets in line. And I'm like, no wonder the Patriots were so good. They all bought into what Brady was as a leader,
Wow. Wait, so my whole point to bringing Castle up is that his kids are really good at baseball, like really good. They're very young. First of all, he's got 5 kids. I think they're like 12, 10, 8, 6, 2.
Wow.
Kill
He's got
yourself.
his hands. He's in the weeds, bro.
Yeah,
He's got his hands.
oh my God, I don't know how he lives his life. It's amazing. It's amazing that he does anything. I'm proud of him for it. But so he knows Marucci. He loves Marucci, and his kids, like all the kids, want Marucci bats. Can we ship him some? He said he'd pay for him. Let's say this online.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll get him some bats.
So how do we do this? If like a kid's 10 years old, do they do kinesiology like you're talking about? Or you just send them like a 30-27?
Why don't you have Castle?
Yeah.
Send me whatever, his kids are probably swinging, his 10-year-old swinging a 29-inch bat.
Probably.
with a drop 10 or something. Just have him send me the inches of his bats, and I'll get 2 bats made for each kid or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to send him this link after.
Have him Venmo me. Then he can Venmo me.
There you go. He'll Venmo you. He'll Venmo you. He's probably made a couple bucks. Being, professional quarterbacks probably make more than professional 302 hitters.
Super rich.
Who do you think's richer, you or him? I'm not going to look this up.
Him.
You think so?
100%.
Okay, I'm going to ask him the same question, too. This is fun. Dude, you guys would be boys. You guys are very similar personalities. He's a great dude. I'm very happy to be working with him. Great guy.
That's awesome.
Anyway, okay, last thing. Let's do this before we go. What is your Thanksgiving schedule? Because I got a really cool thing to tell you after.
Dude, you know what? I got a lot of stuff.
By the way, everybody's starting to plan today. Like by now, it's like, shit. If you didn't get the turkey yet, you're like, shit.
Yeah,
right?
I got the turkey coming. My buddy Carmen Perrin gets me some really good turkeys.
You got a turkey hookup, Marucci hookup?
Usually, what'd you say?
You got turkey hookups, Marucci bat hookups, whatever you want. Casey's got it.
Dude, big time,
hey, you guys need a turkey? I'll get you a turkey.
Yeah. Who's your turkey guy, bro? Who's your turkey? How much he costs? How much?
I got a turkey guy. All right, so what's your plan? Do you do it at your house?
Well,
the kids
usually
split time. What happens?
The kids come in. Usually we go to Mandy's house, and I've gone there the last few years. Nice. But I think with my parents, dude, my dad being sick and stuff like that, I'm gonna spend Thanksgiving with my mom and dad. Our neighbor Celia Evans is making. Thank you, Celia, for making some food for us.
Oh, that's great.
I'm gonna fry the turkey with the lambuski. Me and Lambuski in the backyard fry turkeys.
Oh, you got to record this.
Dude,
you got to record this.
Scientist. Oh, I will.
Dude, we got to record the whole entire thing, please.
Chinch, you would cry laughing when
yes.
he's so serious. Like, hey, back up. Hey, the grease isn't good enough yet. Hey, watch out. You got to be safe. He's the most anal guy for safety. That's incredible. So anyway, I'll fry the turkey, eat that with my parents, and then my kids will come over for some dessert. My daughter Jillian's one of the best.
Perfect.
My daughter Jillian's one of the best bakers, so she's gonna.
We got to get her on a the baking challenges on Food Network. We've been trying.
We're obviously we're not as big time as we think. We can't find a connection.
I know we can't find a connection there.
But she's gonna bake an apple pie and probably a pecan pie for us. Yeah, it'll be good.
I love pecan. Pecan pie is my new favorite. It's my favorite.
Yeah, I love Thanksgiving, dude. I love sweet potatoes too.
So here's what we're doing. This is cool, and I got to give Jess all the credit for it because it was just really great. So you know how it is. Like sometimes, like as families, you alternate, right? So sometimes we'll go, like Thanksgiving. Me and Jess, we've alternated years. But then the pandemic hit and all hell broke loose. So like your years get thrown off. So this is the first this is really the first fully non-bullshit pandemic Thanksgiving, really. Like last year people did it, but now people don't give a shit and they're going back and living their lives. So we were thinking of going now Jess's family's in Brooklyn. My family, Matt's parents host in Port Washington, Long Island. And it was like, oh, what do we do? What do we do? And Jess made a great idea. So, my mom passed 3-ish years ago. And we're finally selling my dad's house. So Jess goes, you know what? Why don't we just have one last blow up? Let's have Thanksgiving at your dad's house. So Jess and her mom and her sister and my little niece Amaya, who I love, and Amaya's dad Imran, it's just going to be them, me, and my dad. And Jess and her mom are going to cook in my dad's house, and we're going to have one last Thanksgiving in a house I grew up in. I was born in 1978, and they bought this house in 1979. So think about that: 89, 99, 09, 19.
Yeah, 43 years.
43 years we've had this house, and it's going away in a few months, but we're gonna have one more Thanksgiving there. I think
that's all.
It's great, Jess.
Bro,
it was Jess's idea.
Is Rob coming in?
Nah, he can't make it, and he's so bummed about it. But he's grinding, dude. I told you what he's doing, right? He's revamping. Hey, this is for our audience right now. My brother's revamping a hotel in L.A. And Rob. While I'm looking this up, talk about how much cooler he is than me. He's like 25 times cooler.
He's so much cooler. He's so much cooler than you. It's not even funny. It's like not even the same. When you and Rob walk into a room, we're like, dude, I want to hang out with Rob.
I know.
Rich, beat it. Dude, he's the best. And dude, I remember going out to LA 2009, 2008.
Oh my God. He hooked you guys up. At the time. Yeah.
But it was just but it was funny. It was more watching Rob work the room. I was like, this guy knows everybody. And
if you're watching, look how much cooler my brother is than me. Look at this guy.
Yeah, dude. Like you haven't smelled a suit like that ever, Chinch.
You're absolutely right. So, dude, it's called. You ever hear of the Georgian Hotel? The Georgian Hotel
sounds fancy.
All right, any of our fans. I'll tell this quick, and then we got to bounce. Hotel. So this is like an all-time famous the Rat Pack used to go there and everything like that, and it's been around, dude. It's on the freaking beach in Santa Monica. Look how nice this place looks. Look how cool it is. It's like the powder blue color.
Bro, that looks incredible.
Yeah, dude. So he's like basically revamping it. They're gonna put like a little speakeasy in there. They're gonna put a couple extra restaurants in there. They're gonna have bands playing and stuff like that. That's what my brother does. He's freaking great at that stuff. I'm very proud of him.
He's such a creator. Yeah,
he is. Isn't that weird? Our dad was
You're a creator too, just in a different way.
I know, it's very weird. I think we both inherited that kind of thing from my mom, because my dad's like a physician and he's really good at math and he's really good at that stuff, and we were always good. We were always like, were you an English guy or no? You were a math guy. You were good at math, right?
I was more of a math guy, especially when you get to the big leagues, bro. You become a mathematician. You're like,
yeah.
You're always
I
calculating
14 from the next 72. And,
yeah, dude, you know the deal. You did it in college.
Yeah, totally.
I remember my last year in Boston. I came in hitting 301.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, if I end up a 299 career hitter, because I hit 230 this year coming off the bench, I'll kill somebody.
Oh my God.
I remember all year long, I was up at night just doing the math.
That's
okay,
stressful.
if I go, and when I got to the end, I was like, okay, now I need to. I remember the last thing I did was like, I need to go 0 for 80 to be below a 299 here. I was like, I got
my
this.
God, how much more relaxing were your last 80 at bats?
It was so relaxed. I was like, I could take a deep breath. Big time.
That's so cool. Anyway, all right, so we're going into the weekend. Everybody, don't forget, if you didn't get your turkey yet, you better get after it, because it's almost time. That's part one.
Get your turkey.
Yeah, part two, we are definitely next week recording Wait, so Lambuski, he cooks your turkey for you? Does he eat the turkey with you? Do you?
Well, I eat. He cooks his turkey first, and I go into his house and eat some of his turkey while mine's cooking.
We need to document all this. All right, so everybody, that's how we're getting into the weekend. Yeah. We had some fun here. I know we started a little later today, but me and Case are both grinding hardcore. Case, you're going on a couple podcasts of our friends, right?
Yeah. Well, I just went on David Nurse podcast. Great guy, mental performance coach for the NBA. Keynote speaker, just a really good dude. And then Ed Milet's podcast next week. Check it out. It's going to be Ed Milet podcast next week.
That's big time, dude.
Jim Rome podcast recently.
Yeah.
And there's another podcast I was just on, the Chris Worth podcast, No Quit Living. Really good podcast. So check them out if you're a podcaster.
No, the other cool thing.
Us, maybe you are.
The other really cool thing about doing this stuff, and if anybody's out there trying to consider getting into this, first of all, there's a lot of freaking discipline that goes into it, but we're proud that we do it every day as much as we can. But generally speaking, what's really cool is that a lot of people, it's like a fraternity, right? Or fraternity sorority thing. Like, I feel like everybody that podcasts tries to help out other podcasters, and it's really cool that you're, especially with all the stuff you're doing now, this mental performance stuff is really awesome. If you haven't seen what Shaw's doing, first of all, if you're a fan of ours, you know where his head's at with this stuff, and how it helps you be successful in life and in your work and in your sports and whatever, and it's great stuff. And go Google Casey outside of Chinch, and you'll see you're starting to grind out this stuff, man. And I'm really excited for you, and I think it's gonna be great. I think you can help a lot of people with what you're doing, man.
Yeah. Thanks, Chinch. I appreciate it, dude. That's my passion. It's been even my passion when I played the mental game of baseball. Just how to be in that grind every day, how to have a good process and routines and habits that you create, how to believe in yourself. It's such a game of failure. If you don't believe in yourself, who's gonna? So I look at the mental game of life now. So many things. Depression's so real nowadays. Anxiety and stress at an all-time level. I think there's so many things now that are so important about how we think, how we eat, how we sleep, how we take care of ourselves. Because at the end of the day, nobody wants to feel stressed and anxious all the time or have those dark moments, So
all right,
I'm enjoying it, bro. I love it.
Great.
I love it. And let's go.
You're a great person. People deserve to hear this stuff because it really is helpful. You've helped me a lot with stuff like that too. So
thanks, bro.
All right, brother. All right, have an amazing weekend. Hey, everybody at home too.
Yeah, everyone have a great weekend. Have a grateful weekend. And Chinch, I love you, brother. Great show, and I'll see you Monday.
Yeah. See you.
Yeah.